Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode on TimeShot. There is a lot to cover in this episode. So, there's our tower. It's looking kind of overgrown. There's quite a bit of leaves and vines kind of taking over it, but I'm kind of okay with that. I think it looks alright. It's pretty cool. Not really sure how to start talking about this, but some of you may have seen my video talking about my little vlog. Oh shoot, whoops. That was smooth. My vlog talking about me feeling pretty demotivated lately. So I thought I would expand on that a little bit, but it's also led to some some big changes. And so I thought I would go ahead and talk about that. First off, make this clear, I'm not leaving TimeShot or anything like that. So don't worry. Don't worry. But I would like to change some things with what I'm doing. Whenever I have brainstormed about my base here and all of the things that I've done here, I get pretty excited about some of the ideas, but overall, I've felt kind of I'm not sure what the right word is for it. Maybe confused? I don't know. Confused doesn't feel like the right word, but it's kind of like confused. I felt kind of scatterbrained about my base. I haven't felt like I've had a set vision for it. Yeah, that's a good way of phrasing it. With my creative process, whenever I'm working on a project or trying to come up with ideas, I really struggle if I'm not able to visualize it. And I feel like with my base here on TimeShot and with the ideas that I've had thus far, it's definitely been a struggle because I haven't been able to do that. Like I talked about some of the ideas in a recent episode that I wanted to do, like building kind of structures throughout this. And I even did this one, which I don't think I've shown you guys. But saying that, I still can't really picture it. I can't picture what I want. Like I don't know. I haven't been able to do that. There's this little bedroom tower that I made, by the way. And so I've just kind of experimented with materials and shapes and just kind of done stuff. But aside from the tower, like I'm alright with the tower, but aside from that, like this nether hub and that little house even that I just showed you guys, and even the farms, it's nothing that I feel really proud of. Like I don't feel like they're impressive. I don't feel like they're interesting. I feel like they're kind of bland. And I don't want my base to be that way. So with the whole demotivational time, I just took some time to think about my life as well as to think about what I'm doing on TimeShot and what I could do to make things better. So I started going back to some old ideas, like from way back at the start of my channel. You guys might remember that I was working on that tree of life, my huge tree that I never finished because it just got so complicated. But I started on this really huge tree, and I had sketched out all of these plans for my base of what I was going to do, and I was really excited about it. But I didn't really have a place to do it other than on kind of a private server, basically with just my family. And so now I'm on a big SMP, and for some reason I just decided not to go with that idea. And so I've been kind of doing these scatterbrained weird things. But I looked back at those sketches and realized that there were still some of the ideas within that I really wanted to do. And so I used that as inspiration to design a whole new base. So I hope you guys aren't too sad about this, but I'm going to move on from this. I might even tear down some of those things and just leave the tower. But I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to start new on a brand new base. And I'm so excited about it. Here's kind of the basic size, at least for you guys. It goes all the way over there to there. from there to there. It's going to be a circle shape with lots of smaller shapes within it. And I know this is going to be a big change. It's a more geometric design. It's going to be quite a bit different than what I was doing before, but I really love this idea. In the past, I've just kind of built and kind of figured it out as I went, but this time I've started planning it out in creative mode. That way I can really play with stuff there and really come up with an interesting design without having to use quite as much time or stress about materials. You know, the sky is the limit in creative, so I can just dream up whatever I want to dream up. And then hopefully just make it happen here. That will be the challenge, really. Anyway, so starting on a new base. And I think it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be one large, wow, fire aspect bow? Seriously? What a punk. This is kind of precarious to be out here at night, but I'm going to try and just light up some of this. Shoot, I lost my train of thought because I'm so distracted by all of these mobs. Yes, it's going to be one large kind of city type structure. Oh, shoot. Oh, good. That was close. I don't know why I'm not using my bow instead, but let's go ahead and take care of these guys. Oh, okay. Actually, that means I don't know how he took damage there because I didn't shoot. That means I can actually sleep through the night, so that's good. Let's go ahead and take care of these guys here. Okay, let's sleep. Whew. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ha 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 ha, that was close. As I was saying, so new base, all one kind of big city type of structure. I think it's going to be a lot more interesting and hopefully a lot more impressive when it's all finished. And this, I'm having, it seems a lot easier to me to visualize this. I've been doing sketches of ideas and stuff, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it'll be hopefully a statement, a statement structure on the server, that it'll stand out. It should look really cool from the sky. As well as from the ground, hopefully. I haven't quite decided on things like which materials I'm going to use completely. I want to keep a similar scheme to my tower over there, but not completely the same. So I may mix it up a bit from what I have been doing this far, but I will use at least some of the similar materials. I do like the kind of lighter color idea that I had going. So I'll probably try to stick with that, with the white stained glass, kind of as a detail piece to it. And I'm trying to think of the best way to describe what I'm imagining. Some of the things that inspired it, including like the old sketches that I mentioned before. It also includes things like the movie Castle in the Sky. Things like, I recently watched the movie Atlantis, the cartoon, whenever I was feeling mopey and not wanting to play or record and not sure what I was doing with my life. I went ahead and watched a few movies, and that was one of them. And watching that movie was actually very inspiring. It got me excited about building again, because I really like that movie. I really like the city of Atlantis where they live. Obviously, I'm not going to be underwater, but there were some pieces from it that I really liked and I thought I could take and use as inspiration. I do want it to have an ethereal feel. I think that's the overall kind of word for it. Ethereal. But I'm very excited about it. I hope you guys are okay with moving on. I may go back and do more stuff on the other server, but I think this will be a much better project for me to work on. I was running this idea by some of the other time-shotters, and they were suggesting that it is very helpful to have more than one project to work on the server. That way, if you wind up feeling burnt out on one thing, you can have something else to go to. And I think that was really good advice. So along with this, and maybe finishing up, like wrapping things up over at the old place, I may come up with another thing to work on. I have one other idea of something on the server that I kind of want to do. It's pretty far away, and I would need to gather a lot of materials for it. And this is also going to demand a lot of materials, so you might see quite a few mindless mining episodes because I really just need to gather a lot. But I think that other idea may be a very good venture as well. It's something I haven't done before to do with villages, or a village. Go ahead and toss out the oak because I prefer the dark oak. So I think that will be good too. Go ahead and take a step back. Alright, now I think I'll go ahead and work on kind of fleshing out the structure just a little bit. Maybe I'll just speed it up or something, that way you guys don't have to watch this whole process. And then I will chime back in a little bit as we've made some progress. I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, we've got our full circle now, at least plotted out, so that's going to be the outer wall of our base for the most part. There will be some parts that come out from it, but that at least gives you guys the idea of how large I'm thinking for this thing. I think it's going to be a pretty intense project. Will hopefully take a while to do too. And I have a feeling collecting the resources is going to be the biggest part of this. But actually building all of this is going to take time too. But I'm very excited. I hope you guys are excited too to see what happens here with the new base. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for your patience with me as I've kind of been working things out, figuring things out, and what I want to do on the server. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys next time as we continue work on our base or potentially go prank someone is what I've heard. So I will see you guys later. Bye!